You have the ability to instill something into these students, but you have to be prepared, because what you teach them or the way you portray something to them is so important in the class, and you have that small window to either get their attention, but you also have that ability to lose them.
Trying to figure out how to teach a class is a little bit overwhelming, because I haven't done it yet. So I'm still on the nervous end of the spectrum until I actually get up in front of the people and do it a couple times.
What we do is we take new instructors, these would be novices who've never taught before, and we put them into a 2-day program, a very intensive program, where we teach them the basic skills on how to design, how to deliver, and how to evaluate instruction.
Sometimes they just lack the confidence or skill set that really would make them a great instructor, and it's Andy's and my job to make sure that we can develop their full potential.
I kind of had this mental perception that I was going to learn, how to teach, things about what the guys need to learn, but it was more about techniques, how to set up a classroom.
Eye contact, singling out specific students so that they'll answer questions and get them involved.
The more sensory inputs they have, the more visual, the more audio, the more tactile, it enables people to learn better.
After they've had lots of opportunities to practice and lots of experience, they come to the advanced class, and what we do there is we take and reinforce what they've learned in the initial class. But the important part is we create them to be leaders, the next generation, the very best instructors that NEIEP has.
We also want to move them in a direction that we want them to inspire their students, their apprentices, to do the best job possible and to take on a mentor role. There's a lot of exchange of information and ideas.
In the casual conversations, the informal settings where we're having lunch or dinner together, and you think, well, yeah, I had that same guy. So you listen to the other instructors' stories.
You can learn a lot from them just by talking to them without even intending to, just listening to them.
You just can't get that through a book being sent to you and you read it and then go teach a class.
Having the labs and the simulators to bring back to the class is an invaluable part of the training experience. And I convey this to the students because some of them are in construction would never have the opportunity to do troubleshooting.
The hands-on portion of it is what makes it so great. I think the amount of time you spend in the book is good and you learn it, but by having the hands-on part, it'll help you teach the student and be able to answer the questions better because we're actually working on it here and seeing how to do it and how it runs than just watching it on a video or using a book.
Actually going through the labs and understanding all the different scenario faults you could do, like on the hydraulic controller lab, it really brought you confidence, so when you went in front of these students, you knew that you had the ability to teach them.
In the motor generator lab, a lot of the guys only work on new solid state equipment, and they wanted to have the experience with generators that they wouldn't have in the field until they're stuck on a service call at 3 in the morning and it's a generator job.
The hydro lab, actually getting up there, you can work on it. There's great instructor training there, so it gives you great confidence when it's my turn to turn around and be the teacher for that lab.
And you can use them to teach the guys how to troubleshoot, because a lot of them have no idea how to troubleshoot. They don't know how to start at one end and work to the other end. And the motor control and the hydraulic controls, you can rig them to give them problems that they have to work through.
I mean, we tore the valve completely down, learned about all the components, subcomponents, regulating systems in the valve. I think it was a very good course to get you prepared for all the questions that they can ask and for real life experiences where you have problems in the field.
Becoming an instructor was one way for me to improve my ability as a mechanic.
The most important thing I learned was to gain more patience. That not everybody's going to achieve at the same rate, and based on that, some guys are going to become distracted, and you have to be able to recognize those and then maneuver the conversation to regain the person's focus.
So being a NEIEP instructor for 10 years, I've seen the NEIEP program grow and get better and better because I've attended multiple courses. And I think that the training that NEIEP provides is some of the best training that you can get out of any trade.
We go back revived, revamped, because you can become complacent. It's more especially if you taught a class once or twice or a little more. You just know the material and you can become complacent. But when you come back here and you get that little push again, it gives you that energy to want to make yourself do better.